Welcome to our speaker spotlight today. I am Nikki Gagnon, and today I have Abby Waleik with me, and I'm so excited to introduce you to her. She is just an incredible human being. She's just so genuine, and she has this wonderful way about her, how she sells in a really genuine and authentic way. And I'm going to let her take the floor so she can share a little bit about her story and why she's just an incredible person. Thank you for being here, Abby.
Oh, Nikki, thank you so much. I am really honored to be here. After I saw I've been watching the lives, and after I saw the speaker lineup, it was. Thank you so much for including me among these incredible professionals in this great group of people. This event is going to add so much value to anybody who joins. So I'm very happy to be a part of it.
I'm so
And
excited for you to be a part of it.
so it is so exciting for me. This is probably, I've never done anything like this before. Surprisingly, I've been in business for 5 years, so this is just really exciting for me. So I'm really happy to do it, and I think um, I want to touch on that a little bit because after seeing the credentials of this incredible lineup of people that you have brought on board to do this. And here's like little old me, former art teacher living on top of a mountain in rural Western Maine. And I think it's important for people to know that they can absolutely step into business ownership without having any background in business. And I'd like to share my story about how that came to be for me.
Yes,
Um,
please.
because I am an unlikely small business owner. And I think it's also important for people to know that they can turn their struggles into triumph, which is certainly what we did here in our family. So starting at the beginning, and I'm going to try to keep this in a nutshell because it is a very complex story, but I'm going to be respectful of everybody's time. But we um, about 5 years ago, I was a middle school art teacher who was struggling to even hold a pencil on most days. I have 4 autoimmune conditions, one of which is incredibly debilitating. And for the previous years before that, I had been in an uphill battle trying to get these conditions into remission just so I could live my life and, be a mom, be a wife. And I was struggling to get through most days. At one point, I had a doctor tell me that if I did not get to these conditions under control, that I would be in a wheelchair.
Yeah.
And it was but I'm a little bit stubborn. And the medications that they wanted to give me to do that are very heavy duty, very toxic medications. And it's kind of that situation where you have to make the decision of, do I start this medication, deal with the side effects, be on this because I was in my early 30s at the time, be on this for the majority of my life and have that do damage to my body, or do I, it was that trying to weigh, what best to do. And so I knew in my heart of hearts that I had a belief that there was a root cause as to why I was feeling the way I was feeling. And I sought out a functional medicine doctor. He taught me so much about gut health, nutrition, functional medicine, all of these things, many, many things. And I started out on basically a journey to heal myself and put myself in remission.
Amazing.
And I did it. I did it. And it took a long time, but I did it. And so one of the things that helped me was actually the company that I partnered with. But back when I began taking the products that the company I work for makes, I was in no way Did I ever anticipate that I would be soon sharing it and selling it with other people, to other people? Because of my health issues, I was reclusive. We did not go anywhere. We did not do anything. I was very much a shell of a person
Mm.
at that time. And so 5 years later, in 5 short years, to look back on what my life was like back then compared to what it is now, it is really incredible. And so I think it's important for people to know that no matter how bleak things look, in your either your financial situation, your health situation, whatever, you, people do have the power to grow and evolve and change the trajectory of their lives. And I think small business ownership is an incredible way to do that. And you know that I'm in the network marketing industry, and one of the things that I love most about that for people who are in the situation that I'm in is that the barrier is so low to,
Yeah,
you
it's
know,
awesome.
it is incredible. Like, you can start your own business for, in most cases, less than $100. And really, the only variable is belief in yourself. And so many people often say that it is a personal growth journey with a compensation plan, and that's certainly what it was for me.
That's amazing. Yes. Abby is you're just like an amazing person because she didn't even really like touch on like the major struggles and how difficult it was, and the transformation is miraculous. I mean, and the work that you've put into educating yourself was well invested because now you're able to educate other people. And I think that's the thing that makes you a really great salesperson is because you educate people and you empower them, and you do it in such a kind and like genuine way that people don't feel like you're just trying to get a sale from them. I mean, just in my limited experience in like a sales capacity with you, I felt like you were just like, let me put my arm around you and like guide you a little bit and teach you and like be a part of this. And just like very welcoming and encouraging. And I think it's really great mentorship, and as a leader. So in her interview, she'll talk about leadership and sales, and she just does it in a really like comfortable way where you don't feel like you're being taken advantage of or anything like that. It feels like, man, this is something that I'm like interested in, or who do I know that I can refer this to because it's actually helpful.
Right.
And you are the leader in that whole process. You're the person that's leading that sales conversation. You're the person that's leading like other people to think differently and to value their health and to think about it as a priority, and also look at like, are you happy with where your finances are? Is there this here is a way that you could do it, and if you'd like the help, I'm here. And I think it's just like the nicest, most gentlest, genuine way to do it. And I just think, like if people are afraid of sales, then watch this video because she just does it so effortlessly and so beautifully, and it's important to see.
Oh, that's the best compliment you could ever give me. Like, that is always what I want to convey to people. It's like, first and foremost, like, we want, when people come aboard, we want them to we want them to physically feel better. Um, and that's why most people do end up checking it out. But um, while they're what happens is this incredible, it's kind of a chain reaction. Like, oh, I'm starting to feel better. I haven't felt this good in years. What else can I do? What if anybody Encanto fans, like, I don't know if you've watched that yet with your son, but
No.
there's a song on
Oh
there
yeah, yeah,
where,
the movie. Yes, yes, yes.
yes, when the girl is kind of stepping into her own, like, she's been living one way this her whole life,
Mhm.
and she creates this amazing thing that's unexpected, and she's like, what else can I do? And that's exactly what this is like. It's I feel better, yeah, I have people in my life that I know that could benefit from these products. Um, all right, I'm going to throw it out there. And it's we just very gently guide people, but also know that if somebody just wants to feel better and stop at that, that's good enough for me. Like,
Yeah.
have I helped you feel better? Awesome. Perfect. We don't need to go any further, but I always want to cast that vision for people, and I do that a lot by sharing my story. Like, this is where I started, but this is where it took me, and I never intended for that to happen. But man, it's probably one of the greatest things that's ever happened to our family.
Yeah. Do you wanna tell the people, if you'd like to share, I know you've been public about it, about your son's journey, just like a
Yeah.
little recap of that and how that's also been helpful?
Yes, absolutely. So, my son Henry was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes after I started my business. And um, it was, he's fairly recently newly diagnosed. So, we're just coming up on a year. But what being a small business owner in the network marketing industry has provided for us during this has been invaluable. To have the time freedom to be able to 100% focus on learning this new way of life, which has absolutely rocked our world, or did in the beginning at least, has been just so incredible. I never would have been able to do what we've done in such a short amount of time with him. We have been able to devote a ton of time to learning the art of managing this disease, which is incredibly complex. I am available at a moment's notice. In fact, in the interview, you are going to hear my phone alarm because he was having a little episode, and I knew my husband was on it. But I mean, I'm always on. I need to be ready at any given time, in case he needs me, and that's what this is allowed for us to do. And financially, uh the network marketing industry makes promises of financial freedom, and those promises, in most cases, if somebody can make that happen for themselves just by doing the personal growth and belief work that they need to do, um, that's real. And so we did not the price tag that comes with the type 1 diabetes diagnosis, between his all of his technology, his insulin pump, his continuous glucose monitor. Insulin is the fourth most expensive liquid in the world. All of his diabetes supplies, forever and ever, amen. Forever. And we did not bat an eyelash. It was like, we were able to just provide. And it just gave me a new mission. And um, I thought about what this would have meant for our life, for our stress level, for financially, like, just what it would have done to us had this business had not been established. And it gave me a new direction and a new drive to really focus on fellow type 1 moms whose children who have been recently diagnosed, who are beside themselves,
Yeah.
um, just stressed to the max, trying to navigate and muddle through this, trying to get through all of the red tape of insurances, trying to afford it. Um, and I was like, I know who I'm helping.
I
I
love that.
know I know the people I'm serving. I know type 1 moms need time freedom. I
Yeah.
know that. I know they need to not have to worry about how they're going to afford this disease for the rest of their lives, for as long as they have to with their child. And um, I know who I'm helping.
That's awesome. It's beautiful. It's a great mission.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, and you can see, like, I mean, it's clear that it's near and dear to your heart, and it's something that you really truly care about, and um, so that's just going to help a lot of people. And I'm excited to see what else you can accomplish with that. So thank you so much for your time
Thank
and
you.
for sharing a little bit. And I encourage everybody watching to check out the summit and check out the interview so that you can learn more about Abby. We have different speakers talking about sales in different ways because sales is the lifeblood of your business, and it's really important to see like how can I improve and do this better. What style do I most identify with? So we have many different approaches to it, and holistically, hopefully, it really will help you. And the whole point of this is to be able to take these tips and use them immediately. So there's a lot of actionable steps. And if you want to be a part of this, or you know somebody who has a business, would you please share this? We're trying to get the word out. The Virtual Entrepreneur Summit starts on January 24th and it runs through February 2nd. And I'll put a link in the comments where you can register. But thank you, Abby, so much for being a part of this. And I really appreciate your time.
Thank you so much. I'm so excited.